Yo, 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 what's going on, man? Today we got to talk about your girl Kamala and how she wants your kids done, deleted, finito, out of here. A lot of people, touting, oh, she's for reproductive rights. She's for reproductive rights. She's for reproductive rights. I'm going to show you what they really mean by reproductive rights. Anytime they saying reproductive right, they really talking about deleting your babies. Real spiel. I asked the girl the other day why. She said, "Oh, cause she's black." I said, "Give me some of her policies. Like, what you support on any policies? So, talk to me." And she said, "Oh yeah, she's for reproductive." I said, "Break that down to me." She couldn't even break it down to me. But don't you worry your heart, sweetheart. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you today in this video what they really mean. Let's get into it, man.
Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population.
Hold, no. You're not finna just slip that in there like that. You said electric vehicles and clean energy and reduce population. How does that even correspond? Like, how does that even go together? But wait, there's more.
And reduce population. More of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
What? Hold up. You just said reduce population. But then you said more of our kids can drink clean water and breathe in fresh air. But if we reducing the population, there won't be as many kids. That means kids got to get deleted. That means systems got to be put in place so people are able to have kids. Let's talk about those systems.
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
What do you say? Reproductive systems. We can lower that by 15%. Every time they're talking about reproductive systems, they are talking about deleting babies. They are talking about deleting people. They are talking about sterilizing the man. They are talking about making the woman non-fertile. So you cannot have a baby. It's real simple. And I'm going to show you how she and Bill Gates are tied in. They sound eerily similar, do they not? They literally just said the same thing. Reduce population. Why do they want to reduce population? To control. But they give you this clean energy and electric vehicles, which we know doesn't do us no good. Because you see how America is tanking now.
We could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
I asked ChatGPT, I said, what's the world population? It says, and this was as of last year, 2023, it says the world's population is estimated to be around 8 billion people. This number continues to grow, although the rate of growth has been slowing down in recent years. Why has it been slowing down? It's been slowing down because of what he said. Them implementing reproductive systems that does what? Reduce population. I said, okay, what would be the number if we was to lower it by 15%? You know what that number would be? It'd be 1.2 billion. Big B. Big B. Billion. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of children. That's a lot of issues with having babies. That's a lot of going to the OGBYN and they telling you, no, you are not fertile. Or men to go and get their sperm tested and they're saying, hey, you are not marching. Your sperm is not strong. 1.2 billion, bro. With a B. But this is their agenda. These are the people that we're listening to through the COVID-19 scandal, pandemic. These are the people we lifting up. These are the people they the experts, they the leaders. No. Listen to what they actually saying. These people are leading you down a road of damnation.
Today.
This Melinda, his wife, or ex-wife now. But I brought this up. I'm not even going to do too much talk. I'm going to let this clip play. If you cannot decipher the double talking in this video, you really need to sit back and evaluate yourself. I'm going to let you use your own critical mind in this clip. It's a whole lot of double talking. Don't let it fly over your head.
And I remember that a lady told you that she had had 8 children and 4 of them had died in childbirth or shortly thereafter. But if all of them had survived, she'd have 8 children. And what the developing world does not need is more children.
I know I said I'm not going to pause. Who is he to say they don't need more children? That could be the next Elon Musk. That could be the next Jeff Bezos. Well, let me not even say those names. I mean, Elon Musk, I'm going to let him get a pass. Let me not say Jeff Bezos. But that could be the next genius. That could be the next great leader that's actually for their people. I'm not talking about these propped up populist leaders that these elitists give us, and we think we have the illusion of choice, the magician of choice. I'm not talking about those leaders. I'm talking about real leader to enlighten the people. Who is he to say they don't need more kids?
And I think that was the biggest aha to Bill and me when we got into this work, is we asked ourselves, of course, the same hard-nosed question you'd ask, which is, if you get into this work and you start to save these children, will women just keep overpopulating the world? And thank goodness the converse is absolutely true. So they don't do that, because women say to themselves they want 2 children to survive into adulthood. If she knows that 2 will survive into adulthood, she will naturally bring down her population. And so as soon as she starts to see that getting them vaccinated or keeping them alive during the birth, she won't have as many children. That's what we just heard from this group as well, that the older women had more children, hoping more would survive, but the younger women are starting to plan for smaller families because they know they'll live.
These people sound absolutely crazy, bro. Crazy.
They all said they wanted 3.
Yeah. Which is fantastic.
Not
That's what you want. Yeah.
And so if you understand that there's a high likelihood that your child is going to survive, you believe they'll have fewer.
Absolutely, and we're seeing that play out in all the population numbers across the globe. In fact, the population rates are coming down faster than had been predicted. Big moment.
I hope that didn't fly over your head. If it did, go look that clip up, run this video back, decipher, break it down, play it in slow-mo. That was a whole lot of dog doo-doo. But let's fast forward. This is current. This is your girl, Melinda. And the reason why I wanted to show you this is because I want to show you Melinda ideology is the same as Bill ideology. So I initially showed you those 2 clips because they sound the same. But just because Melinda and Gates have separated now doesn't change the ideology. So I'm showing you the train. I'm showing you them forming line, information, pushing the same agenda. They give you these couple of ideas to get you emotionally riled, but they're pushing these things in the background. It's really not in the background because it's really in your face. I'm showing you now.
You know, Melinda, those stories do matter. Those women's stories do matter. And a lot of women say that this election matters, in particular for women.
Speaking of transitions.
And
Yes.
we've got a Democratic candidate, presumptive at this point, who would be the first female president, Kamala Harris, happens to be the very same age as you.
Yes.
Are you going to endorse Kamala Harris?
I have endorsed Kamala Harris just a couple of days ago because what she says to our country, she has believed in women's reproductive freedom from the beginning.
There go that word again. There go that word again. What does that mean? I just showed you what it mean. I just showed you what it mean. It mean getting that jab. It mean this fake clean energy EV thing to think you, oh, we're going to save the earth and, oh, we got to change global warming and this, that, and the third, get you emotionally. Go back and look at all the times that I'm talking about throughout the years. I'm not talking about just as a recent. All the years where they said, you know, global warming, the water levels, this, that, and the third. They told people all these different things to get them to come out to vote, to push these agendas, and it did nothing for them. All they got was a lot of fear, and a lot of their rights taken away or freedoms taken away. A lot of wars. That's it.
Pay attention now, kiddos. It's not science, it's politics. I've been listening to this bullshit for 50 years. In the 60s, it was oil will be gone in 10 years. In the 70s, it was another ice age in 10 years. In the 80s, it was acid rain will destroy all the crops in 10 years. In the 90s, it was the ozone layer will be destroyed in 10 years. In the 2000s, it was the glaciers will all melt in 10 years. In the 2010s, it was the east and west coast will be underwater from rising sea levels in 10 years. None of this fear-mongering nonsense came true, but it did result in higher taxes every time.
So there go that word again. And I showed you in the beginning what it meant. Depopulation. 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 Get that through your head, yo. It's real simple. When you hear that, think these people don't want me to have a family. They are afraid of the nuclear family.
Of her career, and that got rolled back under previous administrations. She knows what society is up against now. She's for paid family medical leave. She's for caregiving. Working Americans are struggling between their work and families and caring for an elderly person.
That's because of y'all. Yo, you got Biden and Kamala messing up the economy. The economy is worse than it's ever been. So now we can't even, if we wanted to take some time off to take care of the elder, we can't, because we got to choose between taking care of the elder or getting fired or being able to pay rent, pay mortgage, pay the light bill. Or choosing, hey, am I going to buy groceries today or I'm going to fill up my tank today? That's because of y'all agenda. It wasn't like that when Trump was in the crib, bro.
She has always been outspoken on these topics, and I think she is a woman of our time.
And you've always been available to give with your time and your energy and also your money. Are you going to make contributions to her campaign?
I will make contributions to her campaign and actually already have.
Wow.
So I will continue to support her. I've never supported a candidate before.
Follow the money train. Them big donors, you're going to do their bidding. You're going to do what they say. Every big donor that comes through supports a candidate. They make sure that their interests get met. So you just seen Bill ideology, Melinda ideology, and you see how they think. And their big thing of depopulation. In turn, 1.2 billion, they want to lower that by 15%, which, you know, you give them an inch, they're going to take them out. So they're going to lower that by 15%, 1.2 billion. That means, hey, a lot of people is not going to be having a baby. And that's just the start of it. That's just the beginning. It's this notion that, we don't have enough space in this world. We don't have enough. We are overpopulated. We don't have enough resources. But yes, we do. You know why? Because the whole world can live in Texas. Not live. You could put the whole world in Texas, bro, comfortably and have enough space. But what the issue is, we all congregate into these small areas in these cities and certain counties. Get on the airplane. You will see it yourself. You'll see nothing but greenery, land everywhere. And then you'll see these city lights. And you'll be like, oh, dang, we all in the same spot. So it gives us the illusion or the perception that we're all crowded on top of each other and that there is no space. There's no way New York should be the way it is. Not saying that New York is not a good city, but everybody wants to be in that area, so of course they're going to keep building, which means it's smaller space for the one individual, and then that means everybody start to get condensed. Now it's crowded. It seems like there's no space, but it's hella greenery out there.
Or I should say, I've never endorsed a candidate. I'm a very independent voter. I will continue to vote sometimes.
And they supported Biden.
Sometimes Democratic, sometimes Republican.
With their money.
I think she is the right candidate right now.
The Gates Foundation. See, now we're going to play this clip right here of Zuckerberg, man, coming and saying Biden and Harris really came pressuring him to censor all the content that was getting posted on Meta. And I say Meta because I'm talking about Facebook and Instagram. To censor it all and taking it down. We was all having these conversations, and certain doctors was coming out and saying, hey, there are men out here having these issues with their testicles. There are women out here that are not being able to have a baby. And guess who came through and said, take that off? Your girl Harris. Because she was on the board of making sure that I can't remember the exact name of the board, but it was like the misinformation board. That's what we're going to call it. It was something like that nature. But she was in charge of that. And she made sure all that got taken off. And she kept coming constantly pressuring Facebook to take it down. Now, what do I think about Zuckerberg? I don't know. Because he's in bed with them as well. When I say in bed, I don't mean having sex, but I mean in a metaphoric sense of doing dirt with them, because he's tied in with Bill Gates and your boy, Mr. You will own nothing and you'll be happy, Mr. Klaus Schwab.
Facebook was pushed by the Biden-Harris administration to censor Americans' content. In a letter sent to the House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan, the Meta CEO explained, quote, in 2021, senior officials from the Biden administration, including the White House, repeatedly pressured our teams for months to censor certain COVID-19 content, including humor and satire, and expressed a lot of frustration with our teams when we didn't agree. I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it.
It's hard for me to even think that he didn't agree. Now, he could be having a change of hearts because, you know, he in MMA now, you know, testosterone going through the roof now. He looked a little bit more, you know, like he got testosterone in him versus before when he was looking like a soy boy. Now, is that a possibility? I can concede and say, you know, maybe, yes. But nevertheless, when I show you this next clip of him and Biden on the sofa doing some corny ass skit or whatever, like, you didn't know, like, hey, it's just all the game. He's just trying to cover himself. But let's hear from Ennis Cantor.
Ennis Cantor Freedom is a human rights activist, former NBA player, and he joins me now. Ennis, great to see you as always. Rings a little hollow to me 4 years after the fact. What are your thoughts?
You know, thank you for having me. I mean, it's good for him that he finally came out and said something, but I think it's a little too late, buddy. You know, to me, this is an election interference and treason. I hear many people.
Exactly. And they want to talk about Russia interference. No. Let's not get into the Hunter Biden laptop. Yeah. Which they censor as well. You know what? I'm going to make a video. My next video is going to be about the censorship of Kamala. But Let's keep going.
Saying that this is a crime against humanity. The question is, I actually want to ask this to our audience, does he actually regret it, or is it because he got caught? I think Meta and Mark Zuckerberg should be held accountable for interfering in our election. And please do not let them off the hook. They knew what they were doing, and they thought they can expect to get away with it. I mean, this is complete and direct violation of the First Amendment, and it is unacceptable.
Well, the mea culpas didn't stop there from Zuckerberg. He also mentioned suppressing information, speaking of, election interference, about Hunter Biden's laptop. But bigger picture here, Enes, what do you make of this general acceptance?
Yo, I forgot that was even in here. But yes, that's exactly what I just said.
By the left and the governments that are leftist, if you will, to censor speech and basically to use the government and the courts in order to do so. I'm looking at what's happening over in France with the Telegram CEO, and it's almost like if the left doesn't agree with something, they're not confident anymore just saying, oh, we don't like that, stop it. They're going to use their power to stop it. What do you make of that?
I mean, exactly. They're not confident enough. I mean, I'm so happy that, Elon Musk finally, took over Twitter, and now we can actually have some free speech in our world, not only in our country, but in our world. This is getting crazy, but to me, this is definitely unacceptable.
Look at this. Buddies. Watch this corny ass junk, bro. This junk so I can't even believe they uploaded this. This junk is so corny, but I show this video. I want to show this video to show you, like, look, bro, don't be fooled by that little statement that he made. He's still tied in with Kamala and them, bro. Because guess who? Guess who endorsed? Guess where the money is coming from? Because guess who? All right. Even though Melinda Gates and Bill Gates separated, they are still business partners. They still do business together. So if that money is coming out, guess where it's coming out from? The Gates Foundation. Who we got on the sofa right here? Who I showed you in the second clip, reduce the population by 15%. Who I showed you in the first clip to say reduce population. But you want to have your boy Mark talk about some, yeah, I regret it, and they pressure me even when we didn't agree. No, bro, look. Look, they tell on themselves. Look at it. Seen that SpongeBob episode? Look at it. Look at this, yo. Am I tweaking? Am I tripping? Yo, we gonna connect the dots, bro.
Whoa. I just got invited to give the commencement address at Harvard this year.
That's amazing.
I remember you did it 10 years ago when Priscilla graduated. I was there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. 30 years later than I was supposed to, but I enjoyed it.
They know we didn't actually graduate, right?
Oh, that is the best part. They actually give you a degree.
You don't even have to go to class?
No, you just put that degree on your resume and it looks great.
Can you help me figure out what I'm going to say?
Yeah, we should work on it together. Let's go get some more snacks.
All right.
Oh my gosh. That shit was so corny, bro. Now look who at Davos. WEF. The same guy that was on the couch. See, now we getting closer to your boy Klaus Schwab. Mr. You will own nothing and you'll be happy. Because guess who donates and is a part of the WEF? Meta. I know it hurts. Because essentially, we're complicit when we're using their platforms. But if we're going to use their platforms, we at least should spread this information. We should at least spread this news to wake the masses up, to let them know what's really going on, that we're funding the depopulation.
There is a growing understanding around the world that when change is driven by proper incentives, you have a sustainable plan for change. Because profits and recognition are renewable resources, Klaus Schwab runs a foundation that assists social entrepreneurs around the world, men and women who turn their ideas for improving lives into affordable goods or services. President Clinton demonstrated the unique role that a nonprofit can play as a deal maker between rich world producers and poor world consumers. The magazine Fast Company gives awards for what they call social capitalism. And these are just a few examples of where the interest in these activities is growing.
That's your boy. That's the Mr. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That's him right there. That's him right there. and get I'm finna hurt y'all feelings with this one.
Very honored and pleased to introduce the Honorable Joe Biden, the Vice President.
Yeah. Now, this was 2016. He went back 2017. Listen to what he said. Joe Biden was one of the most hard-working of the WEF. This your boy. This your boy right here. This was what I was seeing when they put that boy in office. Like that's their daddy or something. That's your daddy, Joe. Look what they was doing. What'd that say on the shirt? Biden, Harris. This what they was doing, bro. This what they was posting in our community, bro. On Instagram, Shade Room, and all the other BS pages. This what they was doing, bro. Y'all thought that junk was cool. But literally, feeding, paying, complicit in your own downfall. And y'all want to come and talk about some reproductive rights. 1.2 billion, bro. Y'all, hey.
President of the United States. I'm so pleased to see you back here in Davos because I remember before you assumed your position as Vice President of the United States, you came here as a senator, you came here as the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee of the Senate. And I have to say, in my memory, you were one of the most engaged and hardest working participants here at the annual meeting.
What did I just say? One of the most hard working. That boy. Your daddy Joe. Your boy Sleepy. Look. Sleepy Joe. Finna fall asleep. Look at him. Can't even stay up. Can't even stay up. He said 2 seconds. That's crazy, bro.
You in the morning.
Hey, the crazy thing is we don't even know if that's what Joe that is. Go look at his ears. They always changing. But let me get out my conspiracy bag. That Joe do not look like president. That was Vice President Joe. Go look at all the different Joe Bidens, bro. Even when I say not the young Joes, but look at all the old Joes. They look different, bro. They look so different. One look American, one look Chinese, one look Mexican. Like their ears different, skin different, eyes different. Let me get out my conspiracy bag.
To midnight sometimes, one engagement after the other one.
I'm concerned.
Yo, and then the crazy part about it, I'm gonna say this clip right here for another video. But yeah, man. Anytime you hear these people talking about reproductive freedom, system, reproductive acts, this, that, and the third, all they trying to do, bro, is, take your baby out of here. 1.2 billion. Keep that in your head. That's the start, though. 1.2 billion. That's what they want to do. 1.2 billion. They trying to take you out of here. Because it's not just going to be the kids, but it's also might be you. 1.2 billion, that's going to have to be some adults too. So the reason why I tied it back to Klaus Schwab is because Klaus Schwab, Mr. You'll own nothing, you'll be happy, is a big advocate for depopulation, and is an unelected official or unelected leader in this game that we participate in it, that nobody voted for, but controlling all of these pieces on the board. Go look up the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Go look up the New World Order. Remember during the COVID-19, everybody kept saying New World Order, New World Order. We got an issue in the New World Order. Yeah, that was a part of that 15%. That's just the start though. So I just wanted to connect all the dots for you, to show you. This girl, at the beginning of this video, this woman.
Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population,
Yeah, you heard that. That woman you just heard, yeah, that's who these people going out and voting for. For the killing, the deleting of their own babies. Listen, man, I'm you, you're me, we're one and the same body. Remember, keep your head up, keep your nose clean. You save the world, you live forever. Peace. Go vote responsibly. Be an educated voter, not an emotional voter. Nah, be emotional, but be educated. Don't do nothing dumb, though, like go voting for this. Man, I'm trying to make the video be able to not be taken down, so I don't want to say nothing too crazy, but we just going to end it right here, man. I love y'all. Hold it down, bro. Do the right thing. Peace.